Hey yo, what is up? If you log into test server right now, you will be greeted with a new game mode called Overwhelming Firepower, and it features 8 new tanks. However, we only have 3 tanks available to be selected right now, and it's the Sheridan, the Mouse, and the MVY, the Yo tank. And they feature auto cannons. All 3 tanks feature rapid firing gun that basically does a lot of damage because you got a huge clip. And what this game mode is about is just like a 15v15, a normal 10v10, except everyone has auto loading machine guns basically. So all that auto cannon testing that was being leaked out in the last couple of months, it is all coming down to this. It looks like it's going to be not a new tech tree and not a new tank line, but a new game mode that they are rolling out in the new update. And this is going to be some kind of fun mode or linked to some kind of time sensitive event. It doesn't look like it's going to be a permanent mode. It looks like it's going to be some kind of like Steel Hunter or Frontline, again some kind of time limited mode with auto cannon guns on every tank. So basically there's going to be 8 tanks that you can choose from. Right now in super test or in common test, there's only 3. And other tanks, what the other tanks are, I don't know what they are, but the 3 that are available right now, they're kind of fun, they're kind of interesting. I'm driving the Mouse at the moment, and this is only my 2nd game in this tank. If you look at the lineup, you can see that most everyone is driving the Yo tank, or what it's called in the game mode is called the Thunderclap. The Thunderclap, I think a lot of people figured out, you will see later in the game why they picked the Thunderclap, but I think they figured out that the Thunderclap is probably the best performing tank available, or the most dominant one, I would think, because everyone's driving it. And the people that are driving the Mouse and the Sheridan are very few and far in between. In fact, I'm the only Mouse on my team. There's 3 Mouses on the enemy team, and the reason why is because I think it's just a bit too slow. It looks like the overall balance from this game mode is gonna be a tank like the Yo Thunderclap, because it's got a huge magazine, it's got a little bit of mobility, it's got a little bit of armor, a bit of everything. The Sheridan, I did play it on my first game. It does absolutely no damage at all. Very fast firing gun. It feels like you're driving one of those A-10 aircraft, the ones with the Berg gun that just goes and that's what it feels like. And I think the Yo tank or the Thunderclap does the same. It kind of like auto cannon machine gun. You kind of accelerate the firepower if you keep holding down the shoot button. The longer you hold it down, the faster it fires. And I think these are kind of like close range gameplay. You don't really snipe from a distance, but if you're in a Mouse, there is not a lot you can do. You do have to shoot from a distance. You try to close the distance and try to be near, but when you're reloading, you are very vulnerable, and if you're exposing your sides or your back in a Mouse, then obviously you're going to be exposing a lot of your weak points. And now a bit about the auto cannon guns is you can see how interesting they are. They're really fun to shoot because of how they accelerate in their firepower the longer you hold down the button. But they come with standard ammo and premium ammo, and the standard ammo has got higher penetration and has a lower penetration and higher alpha, while the premium shells has got higher penetration and lower alpha. So I assume that they're going to tweak this as the test server progresses. Maybe in iteration 2, iteration 3, they will continue to tweak how much damage each tank does, and you know, how much damage potential each tank will output. But at the moment, if you are logging into the common tests, I think I haven't played the Thunderclap yet, but I'm going to assume that the Thunderclap is the go-to tank at the moment. These guys seem to have figured it out because there's just so many of them and so little of the mouses. I did try the Sheridan, like I said, on my first game. It is very interesting. It does no damage because it has a relatively small alpha gun. I think it does like 110 or 120 damage, but it fires a long magazine. So again, these tanks are auto loaders, so once you've spent your magazine, you have to spend some time reloading, but the reloading time isn't a super long time. It isn't like 30-40 seconds. I think it's just maybe 15-20 seconds. I didn't really pay attention too much to all the stats. You know, I just went into this blind, logged into the common test server, and I was surprised. Hey, there's a new game mode. Just logged in, tried it out, and figured out that, hey, this is quite fun. Right now I'm being bullied by the Sheridans, or in this game mode it's called the Hailstorm, and the only remaining tanks on my team is the Yo tank Thunderclap, and on the enemy team they have a Mouse and a Sheridan still surviving, and you are going to see the Yo tank completely dominate the remainder of the enemy team, which is the Sheridan and the Mouse. They have a combined hit points of over around 2,500 hit points, but you're gonna see the Yo tank absolutely melt these two tanks with the auto firing cannon gun. Just look at that rapid gun. The problem is the enemy is kind of like throwing this a little bit, because the Sheridan is also on the same line where the Mouse is, just right behind the Mouse, shooting from the bush, and he was not being very effective. What he should have done is basically let the Mouse advance frontally on the Yo tank while he flanked around over the hill, either from the north or from the south. They could have won this pretty handily, but they gave the Yo tank ample opportunity to unload his clip and completely take down that Mouse up to no HP, and then now he's just going to back off and take 15-20 seconds to reload and come back again and just finish off the Mouse with the next clip. He gets a little bit lucky here because they are both facing him frontally, and the Yo tank can just use his frontal armor to do a little bit of bouncing. You know, can defend himself pretty handily with the front of his tank, and just like that took out the Sheridan and the Mouse in the same clip. And there you go, that is the new game mode, probably time sensitive game mode called Overwhelming Firepower. It's going to be played something like Steel Hunter or a Frontlines, and it's going to have some kind of rewards, I assume. But yeah, kind of fun. Go check it out on the common test if you're interested in this, or wait for the next update for this game mode to show up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.